fledgling submariners getting ready to go to MEPS or whatever the fuck you're in depth, whatever. Alright, so from what I heard, rumor is that you could sign up at MEPS to be whatever the fuck you want to be. So, to those guys going to be FTs, this is for you. If you can't sign up and then you get to Groton and then you have to do a dream sheet, yeah, everybody's probably going to put FT as their first or second pick. So a group of 30, you might get 2, maybe 5, maybe 10. You might get that one group where all 30 of you fuckers are FTs. FTs are kind of overmanned. They currently have an early out thing that you can do if you are an FT already in the fleet, which doesn't make sense. But anyways, let's talk about your job if you're going to be an FT. All right. So, what's an FT? An FT is basically a discount sonar tech. Roll credits. Basically, what you do is you take all the information from a bunch of different computers and whatnot and systems, sonar being the most relevant one, and you compile them all into your computer. Basically, what they call it, what you'll hear them saying, Groton, is stacking dots. You're going to be stacking sonar dots. So I'm going to send you information, because I'm a sonar tech, about where I think the guy's at, where my system says the guy's at, and we're going to be farting formulas out at you. We're going to be like, oh, this guy's here, this guy's here, this guy's here, and we're going to be saying, like, range is this far, speed is this, all this bullshit. We're going to be feeding that all to you, and you got to plug it in your computer, and you got to compare it to what the computer says, because the computer will be doing the same thing. The computer's going to be like, oh, no, he's here, moving this fast, going this direction, doing this. And your computer's constantly updating, and you have to feed it information in order for it to populate correctly. Now, what I'm going to say is I can't name the programs. I don't think I can, so I'm not going to go into that. But there are a lot of programs that you run. One specific, like it's not now like the forefront of what FTs do. It's a program that relies heavily on bearing rate. And what bearing rate is like, you see how this car's in front of me? If I keep going straight and he keeps moving to the right like that, he has a right bearing rate of whatever. However fast he's moving is his bearing rate. So he's got like a right bearing rate of 2 degrees a minute, because he's moving 2 degrees to my right every minute. That's bearing rate. So you will rely heavily on bearing rate if you're an FT. You guys are so computerized that you actually have a room that is just full of your computers. Now, I'm not going to say these computers only run FT stuff, because they don't. They do control, a bit of sonar is controlled by this computer, so if your computer goes down, you basically kill one of my systems, which ain't cool, bruh. And I don't really know if I can name what that room is, but yeah, we can. It's called Deeper, and that's where the FTs go to play on their little computers. And pretty much sometimes you assholes hide in there, because it's got like a combo lock to get in it, so not everybody can get in there. FTs are, as I stated in a previous video, you are located in control. On my vessel specifically, you sit literally to the front and to the right, maybe 2 feet away from whoever the officer of deck or the captain is, right there, and they can see your computer screens and everything you're looking at. And you have like a couple of screens that show you sonar, so that when you look at the two, like you look at yours and you look at sonar, you're like, that doesn't seem right, that doesn't match up. And then you run it sonar, you're like, who the fuck's on broadband? Who the fuck is throwing me bad information? What the fuck? And you go back out. It happens a lot. There's a very strong rivalry between sonar and FireControl. That's mainly because sonar is essentially already equipped to do your job. We do your job for the most part, as in like we come up with solutions that are like fucking, like, I don't know what the fuck you want to say, what kind of stupid ass term stands for right on the money, but right on the fucking money. Like we will do math in our head and be like, nah, this guy's right here doing this and whatnot, and then, you know, your computer will be like, yeah, they're right. Or like it'll be a fake training program and you do the same thing and they're like, holy shit, sonar's got it. And you're out there playing with your computer, and the sonar techs like to be arrogant about it. But hey, that's neither here nor there. So that's the, you know, you're gonna run into sonar. The FTOW will go into sonar quite a bit, which FTOW is your senior in rates. You don't have that many. You guys sit sticks, so helms and planes. You might do lookout. AFTOW and FTOW is your senior in rate, and that's it. And yet another reason sonar techs give you guys a lot of shit, because we have way more fucking qualifications than you guys do. But yeah, so you're constantly talking with the officer's deck. You help pilot the submarine. You're like, no, we shouldn't go there because according to these plots, you know, we have X guys there, or we have this there, or this, that, and the other. And that's what you do is you just sit out there and you're constantly updating all the system information for contacts that we hold, and you're constantly feeding out information to the officer deck. Now, if you're on a boomer like myself, sometimes you might go a couple of weeks with no fucking contacts, and you're just kind of like, yep, we're here, yep, and you just sit, I don't know what the fuck you guys do out there, you just shoot the shit the whole time, I guess. The big question, and why everybody always tries to pick fire control technician, is the infamous, I want to push the button. I want to, you know, I want to push the button, and I want to shoot some missiles. Now, maybe on a GN you get to shoot some missiles, I doubt it. On a boomer, we shoot, you know, the mother of all missiles, so we rarely, if ever, even test that. You do, however, work very closely with torpedo men and torpedo specs. Like, you know all the torpedo specs, you set up the torpedoes for like distances, environment, depth. This, I don't know if I can actually say it, so pretty much I'm not gonna say what the term is, but I'm gonna describe what it is because it's common sense anyway. So let's say we're like, I'm shooting at this fucking SUV in front of me, and we can guesstimate maybe he's 20 feet ahead of me. So what we don't want is, we don't want the torpedo to go 500 feet ahead of me and blow up on something else. Maybe at max we need 30 feet, right? So just boom, goes right there. Or we know that, you know, that this SUV is not 20 feet off the ground, so we don't need it to go 20 feet up out of the depth stratum that we're in, and we know it's at 50 feet underground, so, you know, you set that. So what happens is, when it leaves those, it doesn't explode, it just like, it turns off. Or the torpedoes themselves are smart enough to be like, oh, I'm coming to that spot, and then it turns around. And the US uses what's called ADCAP torpedoes, and I don't remember what ADCAP stands for because I'm a sonar tech, not an FT. But ADCAP torpedoes are what we use. They're fucking huge things. Like, they are frightening. When you actually do the entire, you know, research on them and you learn about them, they're actually pretty scary. Anything involving depth and speeds and stuff like that, unfortunately, that's classified or secret, top secret. I can't talk about it. But like I said, that shit is like frightening. So yeah, you set those up. You set up our countermeasures. So in case somebody shoots a torpedo at us and we got to run away, you're the guy who sets up what countermeasures we're going to fire, in what order, in what delay, and all the kind of stuff like that. That for the like the long and short of it, if that's even a saying, that's pretty much what an FT does. It's not the most strenuous job, kind of like sonar techs. We just sit there and we kind of fiddle with computers. But if you fuck up, you know, if you fuck up, you're right in front of the captain or the officer deck or whoever, so it's a big fuck up. Like, they see it. You're very, very visible during inspections and things like that, and it's easy to let it get caught up in it too, because like some of the FTs are like, well, yeah, well, I talk to the officers all day. I don't know why in the Navy, especially boot camp, you're gonna see boot camp, if you haven't gone to boot yet, when people get there, like, oh my god, that's a chief. Look at that. Oh my god, that's a senior chief. Oh, that's a master chief. I was like, dude, he's not a fucking celebrity. He's just a dude, or she's just a chick. I don't know, a lady. I don't fuck with that shit. You know, and they act like these people are fucking celebrities. Like, oh my god, this guy's a commander. He's a full bird captain. I really don't get the fucking term full bird captain. I think I know what it refers to, because most people who are captains of vessels aren't actually captains. Usually they're commanders. So when it's a full bird captain, he's actually an 06, which is, yeah, still, like, I don't put much, you know, into that, you know. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is, oh, he's an 06, oh my god. I'm extremely, well, that's submarines. I'm extremely chill with the officers, you know. We shoot the shit. They go, what's up, sir? Oh yeah, the fucking bastards, you know. You know, that kind of shit. You're very informal with a lot of the officers and stuff, and that's just submarines as a whole. Surface fleet, you probably never talk to those bastards. Like, they just look down their nose at you. But yeah, guys, that's FTs. I also got to do a navigation video. That's going to take more talking to, because it's navigation. I mean, they fucking work with maps and plots and shit, guys. I don't know how much of their computers I can talk about. So, yeah, and also sonar techs and FTs and NAVs are 3 different parts that go into the firing of missiles. So like, all of us play a part. Really, you know, yeah, we all play our parts. But yeah, guys, that's the FT video. Like I said on my tweet, which you probably didn't read, who cares? Yeah, this video is extremely informative to people who want to be FTs, extremely boring probably to those who don't. but I don't give a fuck. It's my goddamn channel. Somebody asked me to talk about it, so I talked about it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. So, hey, that's my video. Thank you for watching. If you're going to be a new submariner and got any other questions for me, feel free to ask them, comments, make a video response, do whatever you want to do, and I will get you the answer that you want. Well, maybe not the answer you want, but the answer that you gonna get, because I'm gonna give you the answer, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, guys, again, thank you for watching. You guys have a great day. Ride safe.